Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your month of July of 2025. So if you're curious what you can expect happening for you through this next month, through the month of July, then you came to the right place. What we do is I use the tarot cards and the oracle cards to bring you information that's for your highest good, and I channel this information from Spirit of 100% pure white light, again, to bring you information that is for your highest good. And of course, this video is all about what you can expect through the month of July, the different themes that are going to be happening, any messages that Spirit wants to bring for you so that you can make the most out of this month and get the guidance that you need and get onto the path of your highest timeline. So that is all about today's video. If you are new to these types of videos, hello, welcome. I have 4 different groups here. And the way that this works is you're going to use your intuition to choose one of these 4 different groups. Occasionally, your intuition is going to draw you towards more than one group, and that just means that there's multiple messages for you in today's video. But most of the time, your intuition is going to call you towards one of these groups. And your intuition is your 6th sense. It permeates time, space. Your 6th sense is able to read energy. And of course, there's going to be different energies and different themes that are going to be revealed within each of these groups. And so depending on which one your intuition calls you towards, it's because your intuition is resonating with the energy of that group, meaning it's going to match you. It's going to match what you're currently calling in, what you're currently attracting. And that's why these videos are so accurate, and that's why it can work even through a video on YouTube, which is really, really cool. So your intuition, again, everyone has an intuition. Your intuition is the ability to read energy, and we read it through any of our actual senses. So you either get a feeling or you will get visually drawn towards a certain group, or a certain number is just going to pop into your mind, or all these different types of things. And so perhaps when you clicked on this video, maybe there was one or sometimes more groups that stood out to you amongst the rest, and maybe you just felt like, oh, I'm really drawn to that particular group and I really want to know what's within there. And that's because your intuition is resonating with that group. It's calling you towards that group. And then there's timestamps that are going to be linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can easily navigate through this video and skip right ahead to your personal prediction all about your month of July. If visually looking at the groups is not working out for you, another method that I love to use to tap into my intuition is I love to use my hand and just sort of sense what I feel within each of the groups. So I'll gently glide it over top each of the piles, just sort of sensing, what do I feel in that group? Do I feel called towards it? Do I feel magnetized towards it? Do I maybe get a hot or cold sensation? Is there one that stands out amongst the rest? And you just sort of tap into what are you feeling in that moment. And again, you can take as much time as you would like with this. You can even pause the video to take all the time that you need in order to tap into your intuition and find out which group is calling you to you the most. Again, occasionally you may be called to multiple groups, and that's totally okay. That just means that there's multiple messages for you and that you're resonating with multiple of the groups. So you go ahead and check out all of those, and again, there's timestamps linked down below. For those of you that really like to choose with crystals, I'm going to give you a close-up of each of the crystals that are on these groups. That way you can really get a sense for, the energies that are within these groups. So group number 1, we have this beautiful Aqua Aura Quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to this crystal or to group number 1, then that is going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have this amazing Angel Aura Quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to this crystal, then that is going to be your group. Then over on group number 3, we have this beautiful piece of copper. So if you find yourself drawn to the copper or to group 3, then that is going to be your pile. Then over on group number 4, we have this beautiful piece of Thulite. So if you find yourself drawn to the Thulite crystal or to group number 4, then that is going to be your pile. So those are the different group options that we have for today's video. That is all about your month of July. So again, you can pause the video, take all the time in the world that you need in order to tap into your intuition, in order to really feel into your intuition. Usually your intuition speaks to you right away because it's always on, it's always working, it's always there. There's nothing that you need to do to turn it on. It is literally always there with you. So usually that first gut gut instinct where you're just like, oh my God, I'm magnetized towards this group, or oh my God, that one just stood out to me. That is usually your intuition speaking to you, because it's always with you, it's always there, it's always turned on. So again, with that being said, that is what we have for today's video, and I'll go ahead and see you in your particular reading, and let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group number ones, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of July, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So beginning with your Astro Dice, let's go ahead and see what are the major themes that you can expect through this next month. So we have Mercury in Libra in the 3rd house. Ooh, a lot of you are going to meet somebody new this month. This could be like a new friendship, or you might even be networking, making some new connections. This could be inviting in new opportunities. So if you've been looking for, somebody to help you on a project, or if you've been looking to expand your friend group, or if you've been looking to maybe communicate more, socialize more, I feel like there's going to be some really fun events going on within the month of July for you, with Mercury being in the 3rd house. Usually this also means a lot of productivity as well. So if you're writing anything, or if you have a lot of things to get done, or even paperwork that you need to get done, filing things that needs to happen, all types of energies around that. I feel like you're going to be quite productive this month. If there's anything that you're currently planning or you need to sign papers for, I absolutely see that, because Libra can also bring in like law type of things. So this could be like signing a new lease or signing some kind of contract, getting things underway within that realm. And then as well, this could also be making plans for even like short travel, short visits here and there, or making plans for travel within the near future. So I definitely see a lot of like friendship, communication, going out, seeing people that you love, communicating with people that you know, even networking and new opportunities coming in for you. That I'm absolutely seeing here. There could also be like a flirtatious energy where perhaps like somebody that you're friends with, maybe there's just like some flirtation going on, especially for those of you that are single, just because Libra can bring out a bit of a flirtatious energy. However, it doesn't always have to bring out flirtatious energy. It can also bring out the energy of just, communicating with more balance, just really feeling the flow, really enjoying time with friends, or networking, or having fun events to go to, like different parties, events, and things like that. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you for the month of July. My group number ones, what else do we have for you? We also have protection coming up. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So another thing that you might be doing, like for those of you that may have been setting more boundaries when it comes to your friends, or even more boundaries when it comes to your time and your energy, and really starting to say no to things that don't really resonate with you, I feel like you're really starting to make room for the events and the people that really will resonate with you. Like I do feel like a lot of you will be making some sort of new friendship connection, or perhaps even deepening a connection that you have with somebody. Like maybe you have somebody who you're kind of getting to know, but perhaps you're going to start seeing them a lot more in this next month, and then you really create a much tighter bond with that person. But I also see you being so much more aware of how you spend your energy. So you're going to start spending it on opportunities and events and people that actually uplift you, rather than draw back your power or make you feel kind of drained after seeing them. I just feel like you're going to be so much more protective of your energy, and then the things that you do say yes to are going to be so uplifting, and they're going to be fun things to actually look forward to. If you recently cut a tie with like certain people, or you've closed off certain doors, I'm really seeing you beginning to call in new people that are so much more in alignment, so much more uplifting for you, and just being able to protect your energy a lot better. So that's definitely coming up here as well. And then we also have, we have Akasha. So your guidance is divinely guided. So the guidance that you feel within, the things that you feel like, oh, I just feel like I should do this, I feel like I should take action on this. Maybe you're just feeling guided to take some kind of action. That guidance is coming from like the divine. The divine is guiding you where you are meant to be going. So trust the callings that you get this month, especially if you have internal guidance that says like, oh, I want to say no to this particular thing, or I want to create more boundaries with certain people, or I want to protect my energy and my time and my money and my resources more, then I feel like, you know, all of those internal feelings, that's coming from the divine. It's coming from your higher self. It is coming from, you know, where you're meant to go, who you're meant to be, and who you're meant to become. So this is coming from your higher self. When you get those little nudges, those sort of feelings that come through. There was definitely a card that I feel like flipped over in here. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Felt like one flipped over, but I could be wrong. Oh, there it is. Okay, we also have the Nine of Swords being reversed. This is a month where there might have been certain worries that you have, something that you've been concerned about, something you've been worried about. It is going to be okay. In fact, this is the month where you're going to get the relief. You are going to get the answers. Some of you might be, I don't know, worried about your energy, or worried about confrontation, worried about a certain situation. It's going to turn out okay. It's going to turn out absolutely okay. And there's going to be such a relief in the month of July once this sort of surpasses, and right when you get over that oomph, and you're going to be able to sleep a lot better. Whatever has been giving you stress or anxiety, I just see you being able to sleep with ease, because the Nine of Swords being reversed is when we finally let go of whatever we were worrying about. We no longer have to worry about it. And we're just like, I can relax, I can breathe, I can rest. My mind isn't racing anymore. So even during the day, if you've noticed that your mind has been caught up in certain realms or within certain thoughts, I also really see you being able to bring in a lot more clarity. Perhaps there's going to be a really important conversation, because the third house with Mercury, oh my goodness, this is important conversations, significant conversations, open communication, especially with Libra. This is reaching fairness, reaching positive conclusions, reaching conclusions where both people win, reaching like agreements where we're just like, yeah, this feels good, this feels right, this feels balanced, this feels fair. So if there's anything that you're currently dealing with where you are hoping for a fair outcome, where you're hoping for an equal good outcome, where you're hoping for both people to be okay and happy and pleased, I'm really seeing that this is going to be something that that is going to be turning out for you. So this could deal with business, this could deal with partnership, this could deal with family, or any of those different aspects. But let's go ahead and see what else we get for you for the month of July. Just so you know, your answers are coming, and you will get the answers you need. Because another thing about Akasha is it brings us wisdom that we didn't see before. It brings us new answers, new clarity that is perhaps beyond our senses or beyond what we were able to sense prior. So let's go ahead and see what else we have for you for the month of July. I feel like that card wants to come out. Seven of Wands being reversed. Okay, especially if you've been feeling overwhelmed by something, my group ones, it almost seems like something was perhaps like overwhelming you. Something that maybe you were like, oh, I almost feel defeated. Like, should I just give up, or do I keep going? Do I keep fighting? Do I keep trying to get to the top, or do I just accept defeat? Do I just accept that this is the situation? It's almost like a situation that you almost felt powerless in. The month of July calls you to rise. And sometimes we either rise by surrendering and just breathing and letting things be and realizing that we're just totally okay, even just letting things be. Or sometimes we rise through calling back our power and saying, you know what, I'm not just going to back down. I'm going to rise higher than ever before. I'm going to call my power back. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to continue, pushing forward for this vision. Or sometimes we just have realizations that brings us back down to like, you know what? Actually, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Maybe I don't need to fight for something that, it was pointless fighting for, because, it's interesting, the Seven of Wands, sometimes it's the realization that, was I fighting for something that was not even remotely worth my time or my energy? And so we kind of just back down and we say, you know what? Let me relax. Let me let that go, because it literally wasn't even worth my time or my energy. Or sometimes the opposite end of it could be when, again, we rise into our power even higher and we say, you know what? I'm gonna win at this. I'm gonna freaking win at this. But again, which one feels right to you? Because there's different scenarios. Like if you have a goal, if you have a vision that you're just like, I really want to pursue this particular thing. I don't want to let it fail. Let's call it power back. Let's freaking rise higher. But then if there's something that we're just like, you know what? Is this actually worth my time or my energy? Is it worth it? Or could I just let it go and forget about it and be happier? Which one resonates with you, right? Because there's obviously different scenarios that fall under both of those categories. And this is a general reading, so I like to point out all the different things that I see, but it definitely seems like there's something for you where either of those two directions are going to be something that you're playing with this month. And there's going to be a direction that's right for you, and you're going to be able to feel it within your soul, right? Your guidance is divinely guided. The guidance that you feel within your gut, that's coming from the divine. That is something where it's like, it's giving you that guidance, it's giving you that inner knowing. So you're gonna know which side of the spectrum that you fall under based on listening to how you feel internally with those different options. Like where do you fall in that spectrum, okay? So we also have the Three of Swords coming up as well. And when this card comes up, there's something that was weighing on your heart, and it could be something that's weighing on your heart right now, where this month is gonna call for healing. This month is going to call for a release, letting go, right? The Three of Swords is allowing ourselves to feel through it. Feeling is healing. So there's something that you are called to feel in order to heal. And I also just see like you're going to be surrounded by people who really want to support you, who want to protect you, who want to uplift you. And there's going to be fun things going on, like fun events that maybe friends are just like, let's go do this, let's go do this. And it's going to be really healing to kind of like get out and get more out there and to go through, this type of healing where it's like, we have that support. We have people we can communicate to and talk to and help build our plans and our vision for the future, because that's usually a thing that really helps us move past emotion. Of course, we do have to feel it to heal it. We can't just bypass it. But feeling is healing, and then also creating a new vision for the future in order to move forward into something inspiring and great and brand new. The month of July is bringing all of these kinds of energies for you. So again, with the Three of Swords too, I feel like this is going to be such a healing month, because if there's anything that's been weighing on your heart, something where it's like something that's still bothering you, tap into your heart right now, my group ones, and ask your heart, is there anything that has been bothering your heart that maybe you've been keeping inside? Maybe we haven't taken action on it. Maybe we haven't found that emotional clarity that we need yet, or maybe we haven't allowed ourselves that full release, or maybe we're just still carrying something. Just really tap into your heart and see what it is that you're carrying right now. And do we either need to release that by allowing ourselves to feel it? Or do we need to release it through being able to talk to somebody about it? Being able to release that through our words, through our emotions? This is really allowing your heart to see and wake up. And even the eye that's on this heart. It's like being able to really see the truth behind a situation, being able, like wanting to see the truth, because the truth also sets us free. Sometimes the truth can hurt, and it's either a truth that we have to say or either a truth that we have to accept, and it might hurt, right? But when we are able to see it, when we're able to have the courage to look at it, that's when we're able to move through it and heal it, right? So the month of July is going to be an invitation for healing. It's going to be an invitation for integrating and rising higher through the healing, because when we heal, we allow that freedom to rise higher. We also have the healer popping up for you as the next card that's coming up, which is so interesting that we were just talking about healing, and then we have the healer popping up. So cleanse, grieve, grow, and heal. So there could be something that you're moving through, some like emotions that you've been, knowing that, okay, I need to move through this, or I need to heal this, or things like this, or it could even be something that comes up within the month of July. But I feel like for a lot of you might already have a feeling of what this might be. And the healer is really just here to help remind us that as we heal, we renew, we have a whole rebirth within us. And even her wearing this white outfit, the white outfit symbolizes a new sense of renewal and purity that comes after we heal. It's like a renewal of energy where we're no longer feeling heavy or weighed down by anything. So I really feel like this is a releasing month and a healing month, and allowing old worries and old stresses to go away, right? And that could be like the simplicity of what the healing is simply healing the way our mind was maybe stressing about things before. We also have medium coming through: culminate, consult, connect, convey. So I feel like you already feel things on a deep level, my love. Medium as well, like your intuition is so divine. Your intuition is so powerful. And so I really feel like your intuition is actually going to be heightened during this month. In fact, your intuition is already incredibly powerful, and it's been guiding you, right? Your guidance is divinely guided. Trust in your intuition, because it's not leading you astray. It's leading you to the right conversations that need to be had. It's leading you to making the right decisions about protecting your energy more, about creating proper boundaries in your life, about what to say yes to, and how to balance things, how to communicate, how to reach fair conclusions, and then also being able to go out and say, you know what, I really like this group of people. I really feel supported by them. I want to spend more time around them because I'm feeling so great when I'm with them. And all of that. You may also be getting a lot of guidance from friends through this month. A lot of guidance, a lot of help, a lot of support. And it's time to really just, accept that, invite more of that in, because it's going to be so positive for you. So let's go ahead and also grab an archetype card for you, and let's see the archetype that we have. So we have the addict as the archetype coming through for you. So the addict, the light attribute, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So there could be something that maybe there's a pattern happening, and maybe it's like letting go of the pattern. That could be like the thing that we're needing to grieve and let go of, is letting go of a pattern that we're stuck in. This could be a pattern with always going back to somebody that we know is not good for us. This could be a pattern such as addictive behavior with certain foods or substances that we keep coming back to, that we're like, hey, I know that's not good for me, right? And then shadow attributes: compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So your inner spirit has been guiding you somewhere. Your inner spirit has been saying, I want to do, such and such. Your inner spirit has been guiding you to something, my love. My group ones, your inner spirit has been calling you to make certain decisions and to make them more permanent, so that you're not succumbing to them having power over you. Because the Seven of Wands being reversed is like when something has power over us, right? Seven of Wands upright is when we call our power back, and look at how she's just like those kind of wands that are below her. She's fighting them off. She's fending them off. So this could be like certain thoughts that say like, oh, we should just go back to doing what we're used to. We should just go back to the same pattern, the same thing, even though we know it's bad, right? And when it has power over us, that's when the Seven of Wands is reversed, because those wands are overpowering her. But when it's upright, she's overpowering them. So this month, I really feel like is an invitation to call you to step more into your power, to listen to your intuition, to listen to your inner guidance, to make decisions that are going to be for your highest good. And it's going to lead you to new doors opening. And there's a reason why your soul's calling you there, and you can feel it, because you feel like it's going to lead you to a better place. You feel like it's going to lead you to a better reality. And the truth is it is, because your intuition's never wrong. So sacred destruction, destroying old habits, closing old doors so that you're not inclined to reopen them. Okay, let's see what else we get here. I also feel like your friends, they've been giving you some really good advice. And especially the ones that you really trust, the ones that you know that they're going to be honest with you rather than telling you what you want to hear. Let's see what else we have here. We also have reflect. So I also feel like this is going to be a month of great reflection. So yes, it's going to be a month, just to recap, it's going to be a month where you're going to have people supporting you. There's going to be events going on. There's going to be fun things, but then there's also going to be where you get to decide of like, maybe I don't want to continue going to these certain events or seeing these certain people, or going back into these same patterns. This is going to be a great month for socializing, communicating. There could be important opportunities coming up for you, and all of these are going to help you heal, help you release, help you call your power back, help you really start to trust and listen to your own intuition more, help you heal and move on and release stress, release anger, release worries, release sleepless nights, and really coming back to like getting more sleep, having more inner peace. That is all coming up here for the month of July. And let's go ahead and see any last messages that we get for you. Let's go ahead and dive into, I feel like pulling these ones back out again. Let's dive into these cards. My group ones. What else do we have? Your month of July. So we have one card coming out. Let's try to get maybe a couple more here. More about your month of July. I really also feel like you're making plans for your future, like Mercury in the 3rd house. You might be making plans of like calling your freedom back and saying, you know what, I want to travel here. I want to do this plan. I want to do this. And I want to make sure that my future has these particular things that I'm able to do and pursue. So those are also going to be something that you are planning in the month of July, is like really starting to create a plan for your future, a new plan for your future, especially as you release old things, you make room for renewal. So our cards that we have here, we also have, what are some actions you can take to move this stagnant energy? Yes. So there's going to be some interesting new plans that you're implementing and bringing in, creating a new inspiring plan for your life. And that is one of the actions that you can take to move stagnant energy. We also have trust is a muscle. Allow yourself to let go and know that what is meant for you is coming. That is so powerful. Trust is a muscle, and it's also a habit. Doubt is a habit and trust is a habit. Okay? So sometimes we're taught to doubt. And doubt really is a habit. A lot of times we mistake doubt for our intuition. But doubt is a habit based on like what we were taught to think like. Because if you think about a baby, they don't have doubt in them. You know, they're learning to walk and they might fall hundreds of times while learning to walk. But they don't doubt their ability to eventually get there and eventually, you know, learn how to do that and eventually get to that goal. And so doubt is actually a learned habit that we learn over time, and trust is also a habit, and it's a muscle. It's like the more that we use trust, the more that we say, I'm trusting in this, I'm trusting it. It's like a muscle that grows the more we use it. Allow yourself to let go and know that what is meant for you is coming. What are you grateful for today? The more we practice gratitude, the more we bring in positive energies, positive good outcomes towards us. Then we also have, I am in full alignment with my physical vessel, emotional body, and etheric spirit. Yes, I love that. I am in full alignment with my physical vessel. So your body, in being in tune with your body, what your body's telling you that it needs, what your body wants, and then your emotional body. So being able to listen to your emotions. Like, my emotions are really telling me that, you know, this thing is bad for me, and although I'm emotionally maybe dependent on it, I know it's not good for me, and I know I need to move away from it. So it's being able to listen to all those emotions. And etheric spirit is like, ooh, your intuition. So being able to listen to all of those. So that is what we have here today for you, all about your month of July. There was like spiritual guidance that's coming through, and also just a little bit about the healing of this month and kind of the new direction that you're moving in, the healing that you are calling in, which is going to be so beautiful, my group number ones. I'm so proud of you for working through healing. It's all just part of life, and I know that you are going to come out absolutely on top. It's time to destroy those old habits that are bringing you down or causing patterns of worry to come back up. It is time to reflect on what exactly it is you want, create a new inspiring vision for yourself. And as you create that inspiring vision, you have something new to follow, something new to guide you through into that new future. It's kind of like creating a map and mapping out what your future is going to be, which is also what I feel like you're going to be doing, especially with Mercury being in the 3rd house is what we got at first. So definitely it's like making plans and setting plans into motion, also getting things done that maybe have been put on the back burner for a while, and doing events or taking part in social groups or social things that are going to really help support you through this shift and through this change. So that is what we have here, my beautiful group number ones. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number twos, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of July, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, so beginning with your astro dice, let's go ahead and see, my group twos, your month of July. So we have Saturn in Libra in the 4th house. Ooh, wow. Okay, so the 4th house is your foundation. It's your home life. It's your family life. It's also your savings and kind of the foundation upon which we build our lives. Saturn is the planet of commitments, discipline, productivity, getting things done. It's kind of like the material world, kind of like, yeah, discipline and getting things done. Productivity is also associated with Saturn as well. And Libra balances things out. Libra balances things out. So what kind of responsibilities are within your home life lately that maybe need focusing on, or maybe you've been drawn towards focusing on them? Like, it could be creating more structure, more routine around your home life. Maybe if there's things that you've been getting behind on, or things that just need to get done and need more structure and discipline around, it seems like you're going to be really restructuring that part of your life. It could also be focusing on, how do I want to expand and grow my home life? And how can I create a solid plan and stick to it in order to make those things happen? It can also be things around, you know, especially if you live with other people, if you have a family that you live with, or if you live with roommates or a spouse or a significant other or your family or whatever it is. This could be, again, creating more structure and routine so that everyone knows what their responsibilities are, so that things are more even, more equal, more equally distributed, especially when it comes to like things that need taking care of, because Libra likes things to be equal. Libra likes things to be fair. So it's kind of like laying down the law of fairness within your home life so that things stay structured, so that things stay organized, put together, so that things stay on top of, and that we feel the fairness throughout our home. So that's your immediate theme that's coming up here in regards to the month of July. But let's go ahead and see what other themes that we have popping up for you for this next month. Also, the 4th house in Saturn is very much about boundaries as well. So there might be boundaries that you're really called to make in order to create more fairness, in order to create more harmony. Then we also have recuperate. This could also be a month where you're focusing on healing your body. So if there's anything going on that you feel like you desire to heal, recuperate can invoke inner healing through the month of July. It can also be calling upon something that maybe we lost. So, there could literally be something that you're just like, oh my gosh, where did that item go? And you're really looking for it. And this could be the month where it just like randomly appears again, or you're able to find it or replace it with something. Recuperate can also be parts of ourselves that's like, maybe I've lost part of my schedule, part of my routine, part of myself, and I just got caught up in too many responsibilities, or I've gotten behind on certain things. And recuperate is like really starting to regenerate and like, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean? Re-energize yourself, starting to pick up the spark again, starting to get back into your routine, starting to get back into, you know, your own structure, like creating a structure where you can feel like you're being honored, where you can feel like anything that you've lost within yourself or within your time, your schedule, and all of this, it's like, oh, I can actually get it all done now, but it's going to require maybe some more support or some more structure. And perhaps the month of July, you're just going to be really inspired to create that structure. This could also be reorganizing your home, by the way, because the 4th house being in home life, I am also getting this feeling of like reorganizing your home, getting back into a better rhythm in your routine, in your life, the rhythm of your life, feeling like, oh, I can flow with this new rhythm. I can flow with this new routine. It's not so like broken, or you know when we have like a routine that's sort of like chaotic and it's almost like we can never get anything done because things are just so chaotic? I really feel like you're focusing on scheduling things out. I almost see some of you guys might have gotten a planner recently and you're just excited to like make actual plans. Like set aside time within your weeks for like certain things, or actually write them down, plan them out. I feel like you're getting into so much more of a rhythm, and I'm just seeing like some of you guys are like buying planners, or some of you guys are like using like a digital calendar, or some of you guys are like really restructuring and creating so much more like real structure in your life. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here. This is going to help you flow so much better. It's going to help you with your health, your well-being, being able to make time for yourself, being able to make time for the things that are most important to you. Let's go ahead and get one more card from this deck that is going to reveal more. Oh, we have two more cards. We have Journey and Destiny. There is a vision that you have that you desire to get to. A vision for your future. But part of you knows that we need to maybe make time for certain things in order to make that vision happen. You're aligning more to your destiny this month. And it comes through, for one, rest and refueling, because the rose is connected to Venus, which is connected to the feminine energy, which is all about rest, refueling, and acting on inspiration. Because a lot of the times when we make time to actually rest and refuel, we have so much more energy that whenever we need to do certain things, like for example cleaning our house or getting our work done, it can actually happen a lot faster because we're coming at it from such a refueled, recharged space that when we act on inspiration, we act within our divine energy of fulfillment, things just get done so much faster. It's like, whoa, it's like a total difference. And then sometimes when we're feeling like burnt out, it's like we lack inspiration for things. And we wonder why we don't have the motivation to do anything. And so rest, refueling, and recharging is something that I feel like you're going to be focusing on. And it's going to heal a lot within your body. It's going to heal a lot within your mind, within your own inner well-being. It's going to allow you to get so much more done this month. And then we also have Journey. So I think you're also planning a new journey, and this can also resemble travel, by the way. So this could be making travel plans or even traveling in the month of July. So the Journey card is very connected to travel, or it's even kind of like personal journeys that we're going on. Like I'm just, making a plan for my future, because a journey, it's kind of like we're making plans for something. We're going from point A to point B. So there could be a vision that you are kind of bringing clarity towards, or again, it could be literal travel as well. So planning out actual travel plans that you've been thinking about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our tarot cards here to see what else we get for you for your month of July. So my group twos, what else do we have going on for the month of July here? Let's see, okay. We also have the Five of Swords being reversed. So if there's anything where you've maybe felt taken advantage from, or yeah, it's like something that we felt taken advantage of or in, this is something that's going to be coming to light and bringing clarity, and things will be evening out. This could even be like chaos within the home life, like things where we feel like, oh, well, that's unfair because like I'm taking on all these responsibilities and you're not, or, things like that. That is going to be sorted out through the month of July. Like you're going to be sorting out those things, creating more equality, creating more fairness within the home life. This could also be other things where we feel like maybe like if you, for example, were owed money, or you weren't compensated for something, or somebody made you a promise but then they didn't keep that promise. This is something that's going to be addressed in the month of July in order to bring healing and to bring about fairness. Because one thing that's coming up with Libra being your theme is fairness, creating fairness. And yeah, the month of July really brings out that theme. We also have Six of Cups coming in too. Six of Cups can deal with the past. It can also deal with our siblings, or it can deal with like reminiscing on good memories. So for some of you, there could be a significant thing going on with your siblings, especially if you have siblings. Like maybe you're going to be meeting up with your siblings if you haven't seen them in a while. Maybe there's going to be some really good family time that gets created. Sometimes we need to sort things out, rebalance things, but then we're also on top of that having a really good time. Six of Cups can also be children. So having a really good time with children, or making really fun family time, like meeting up with loved ones or even family members that maybe we are excited to see again, or just really excited for a particular event or something that's going to be happening in July for that. This could also be people from our past that we're reconnecting to, like people where we're just like, oh my God, I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you doing? Hey, people that are returning from the past that are just kind of saying, hey, what's going on? I do feel like this is connected to family, and I just feel like saying that because we've had so many like family themes coming up within this group. So this could be connected to family in some way, shape, or form for a lot of you. And then we also have the sun coming out as well. And the sun brings such positive energy to any reading. The sun, it brings light, it brings radiance, it brings confidence, it brings fun, it brings new beginnings. It brings happiness, it makes us feel like we're being heard. So you might be stepping more into your confidence, into your light. You also, by the end of the month, I'm feeling like around July 21st, 23rd, there's this energy where you're going to feel so much more radiant. I'm also hearing that you're going to maybe even get compliments on like, oh my gosh, you just look like you're glowing. What did you start doing? If some of you have been working on like a skincare routine, for some reason I'm hearing that those of you who are like really focused on like skincare, people are going to be like, whoa, your skin just looks like, you know, 1,000,000 times better. Like, what have you been doing? What have you been using? What's been going on? Like, for some reason, I just keep hearing skin when I'm looking at that card. So I don't know if some of you have been doing skincare routines, but yeah. We also have the Two of Pentacles coming through. This is bringing about balance. So by the end of the month, by the end of July, all of you who have entered this month, you know, maybe focusing on trying to get restructured, trying to get things balanced out, things will be balanced by the end of the month. You're going to feel so good, so seen. Anything that you've been owed or needed to get repaid for, any promises that were fallen short, or any sort of chaotic things that again felt unbalanced, those are going to be balanced by the end of this month. By the end of this month, you're going to feel so in tune, so in flow. It's going to feel like you being able to juggle different responsibilities is just happening with ease. For those of you who chose this pile as well, like I'm just really feeling when I'm looking at this card, you're probably already juggling a lot of responsibilities. You might be juggling like 2 things at once, or you might be just juggling a lot of different plans, a lot of different obligations, a lot of different promises. And maybe that's why we also have this 5 of Swords being reversed too. There might be a fear of not being able to upkeep certain promises. There might even be a feeling of like, I need to extend certain timelines. I need to maybe talk to people about when we're able to fit all of this in, because maybe there's this feeling of being behind. And the Two of Pentacles at the very end here, I just feel like the end of July is going to bring about this window of balance, this window of feeling like things are getting done, this window of flow, being able to juggle all of your responsibilities and feel like you are on top of it, which is amazing. So I'm so proud of you. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here with our archetype cards. I feel like that one wanted to shoot out. So we have Companion showing up. Oh, I love this. So some of you might have a significant person in your life, somebody who really wants to support you. The companion energy is coming through. Some of you might even be attracting a companion, or you may have somebody that you're creating a deeper connection with. But the light attribute is loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Almost said usefulness. Unselfishness. Shadow attributes is betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. So sometimes when we are focusing so much on our responsibilities, sometimes we can lose our personal identity in the process. Sometimes even in relationships, we can lose our personal identity because we just feel like we're getting drowned out by, you know, all that's going on, or all the different events, or even the other person's own responsibilities and obligations and things like that. So if that's the case for you, I really feel like the month of July is rebalancing that. Like you might be coming forward and saying like, hey, I really feel like I'm losing myself. I really feel like I'm not being myself. I'm just kind of following, you know, what I'm thinking is pleasing to other people and all this. So I feel like you're really kind of confronting those different aspects, and you're coming back to the loyalty of companionship, but also the loyalty towards yourself and being your own unique companion in that, in that space. So that is what we have there. We're going to get into some more cards here, and then we're going to get into a few different oracle cards. So let's see what else we get for you, my group twos, your month of July. I feel like these cards wants to come out. These cards want to come out. We have paradox coming up for you, and then we also have withdrawal coming up for you. So being able to take breaks is going to be big for you, and being able to recharge and refuel and rest is going to be huge. That's what the withdrawal card is all about. So being able to take a little bit of time for yourself. And then paradox. You know, the interesting paradox is when we take time for ourselves, even when we feel like really behind on things, if we actually take genuine time to recharge. Oddly, the interesting paradox is that we get more done and all of a sudden we feel balanced. And then we're able to get more done, we're able to get caught up. And so sometimes taking genuine time off to maybe like spend with family or to refuel, recharge, do those things that you really like to do, get back into a good rhythm. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. But anyway, the paradox is that we get more done because we have so much more energy to like come back to things with. So taking time off gets more done. Interesting. What a weird thing. What an interesting paradox. So that is what we have here. And let's dive into any last cards for you, my group number twos for your month of July. Where you're going, not all can follow. So realize that, you know, where you're going, it doesn't mean that everyone has to be on the same page as you. It doesn't mean everybody has to agree with you. It doesn't mean that everybody has to go on the same path, right? So sometimes we might have a certain belief or a certain interest or something that, you know, is calling to us. And not everyone's going to understand it. And maybe we feel like, oh, they're holding me back. But you know what? It doesn't mean that they need to hold you back. I mean, we can still go on that path. They don't have to necessarily come with us, or, you know, they can be by our side, but not actually like be learning the same things or believing in the same things or doing the exact same things, right? We also have the card of what did you learn from this connection? So what did you learn from this connection? What did you learn from companionship? What did you learn from family? What did you learn from your previous connections? And how can we begin implementing that? Because I feel like there's a lot of good learning that's going to come through connection, companionship, family, and all of that. So that is what we have here for you, my beautiful group number twos, all about your month of July. It definitely looks like you're getting into such a better routine. Things are going to be balanced. Productivity is going to be had. You're going to feel so radiant by the end of the month, and you might be really proud of something. Like this sun card right here is just making me feel like you're going to be really proud of something by the end of the month, like proud of your transformation, in such a better mindset, such a happier place, especially from the new routines that you're maybe creating, the new structure that you're creating through the month of July. And yeah, it's going to be really beautiful. So thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my beautiful group number threes, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your month of July. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So beginning here with your Astro Dice, let's see what we get for you. So we have Mercury in Cancer in the first house. The first house is all about your self-identity. It's all about you. So this month is going to be a very big focus on yourself. Mercury is like new plans, new ways of thinking, new communication styles, like, or even just like really thinking about something. And I really feel like you're birthing a new you in the month of July. There's a new you that wants to come out. I feel like you're wanting to speak in different ways. And you're wanting to hold yourself, even act in different ways, because Mercury is just very much about like the way you act, what you believe. So you're even shifting maybe what you believe about yourself, how you view yourself, what you believe is possible for you. So maybe you're doing some sort of identity work. Maybe some of you have been deep into that, maybe even into self-transformation in some way, shape, or form. And the transformations that you're being called to make right now, like maybe you're thinking, I really want to step more into my confidence, or I want to step more into my self-belief. I want to step more into my abundant identity. Maybe you wanted to step more into your confident, independent, freedom identity, you know, whatever that might be for you. And I really feel like that work is going to really pay off. And then the month of July is sort of like your initiation period into being that new you. There could even be personal changes that you're making, such as like your style or things like that, or even tapping more into your emotions. Your emotions, I feel like, are really guiding you into being the new you. Like you're emotionally really tapping into the new you and mentally tapping into the new you. And it's going to really help you kind of shift the paradigm of your life, I want to say. Because anytime we do like deep identity work or we do a deep shift, we end up manifesting a new reality as a result, because anytime we change, our life will inevitably change because we end up taking action differently. We end up being a different person whenever we're being different. The results are different, right? And so I feel like you're really going to start getting different results from life, and I just see your confidence shining through a lot more. I'm seeing like a new mentality, like breakthroughs that are going to really help, new mindsets, new belief systems. Like if you've been reading information lately, if you've been reading a lot of books or watching videos that are, really just absorbing information that is transforming you internally right now, it's really transforming your mindset, what you believe is possible for you. If you've been really absorbing a lot of that information lately, my group threes, oh my goodness, I am just seeing like such a massive shift for you. I feel like you're going to be different. You're going to become like unrecognizable. People are going to be looking at you being like, what? Like, you're just so different. Like, where did you gain this confidence? Like, who are you now? Like, you're so different. And, the zodiac sign of Cancer being here as well, your intuition is going to be really strong. It's going to be guiding you. Your emotional set point is going to be different. So if you used to feel, all types of feelings around like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if it's possible, blah, blah, blah. Maybe a mindset that was just like, I don't really believe in myself. Oh my gosh, I really feel like the month of July, it is sparking inspiration on realizing how unlimited you are, realizing that, your intuition is the one that has been telling you all along, like, I desire these certain things, or I really want to go after this big vision. And that's been your intuition all along, not the side of you that's been trying to act small. Like that's the side that has been programmed and not part of your actual soul, right? So I feel like you're just really starting to separate those things and really starting to see where you're meant to go, what you're meant to do, and really unlocking more of your own unlimited potential. We also have the card here of reflections of time, surrender, cycles of change, unearthing, and lessons. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So some of you, reflections of time, some of you have felt behind. Some of you have maybe even felt like that you are not as ahead as you've wanted to be. Maybe you wanted to be more ahead by now. And I feel like you're going to be reflecting on that time. But what's interesting is I feel like all of it was in divine. What I'm hearing from Spirit right now, if any of you have that belief of like, oh my God, I should have been more ahead by now. Spirit, the divine is literally coming through right now. I'm getting goosebumps even saying this. They're coming through saying you are in the most perfect timing. And in fact, eventually you're going to look back and realize that you're so glad that it didn't happen earlier. And you're so glad that the certain experiences that you're going through right now, that you're still learning, happened first, because it's going to create you into an entirely new you. Like the new you that you're becoming is so different than who you've been. So different. Like, especially if you used to play it small or used to feel like you've reached your max potential and maybe you just had like certain insecurities that maybe held you back before. The transformational work that you're doing right now is so important because of where it's going to lead you. Like, it's creating the foundation of what your dreams are going to be built upon. And so this also says surrender, cycles of change, unearthing, and lessons. So the different lessons that you've been learning, the different information that you've been integrating has been so powerful in creating you into who you need to be. And then that's where we can have those like quantum leaps forward into our dream life. That's where it's like all the work that, went on behind the scenes. Because a lot of the times we look at successful people and we think like, oh, that just happened to you. Of course it happened to you. Like, look at how great you are and blah, 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 blah. And we look at people who, maybe have built something that we want to build. And we're just like, oh, of course it happened for them. Look at how perfect they are already. And it's like, well, we didn't really know or see that maybe they were absolutely not perfect to begin with. And nobody's actually perfect, right? But, I'm just using this as an example, but because sometimes we tend to look at people from an eye of perfection and be like, oh, if only I was like them, or if only I could communicate like they do, or if only I had the skills that they do, or if only I had the ideas that they had. And, what if I did it first, then I'd be where they are. But the thing is we're never actually in competition with anybody. And a lot of the times those people went through those exact same scenarios on their journey to their success. They were at a place once where they felt behind. They were at a place once where they're looking up to other people thinking, oh, if only I had that skill, if only I knew that knowledge, if only I had their idea, if only I was the one that did it first. They literally went through the exact same cycle of thoughts. They went through the exact same experiences as that. Like, everyone starts off as that, but we just don't see it because that was before they got successful, right? And so it's just like we don't really see the behind the scenes that brought them where they are today. But everyone goes through that. Like, I've gone through that in my life. Oh my goodness. Like, absolutely I have. And like, oh my goodness, there's times that I still go through thoughts like that. But then I come back to the realization of like, oh my gosh, no, like I'm perfect right where I am. I'm on my own timeline. And then, you know, that's where quantum leaps can happen, is when we really focus on ourselves. We bring our energy back to ourselves and focusing on our highest timeline, focusing on being our highest selves now. And as we do that, oh my goodness, that's where things catapult forward. So it also says you are a gift. Here's your reminder. If you needed this reminder today, my group number 3s, you are a gift. Visionary. Step into your light. You are a gift. You are not behind. You are not fallen off your purpose. You have not done any of those things. You are perfectly where you are meant to be. You are a gift. Oops. You are a gift. Look at this. This is your initiation. Anytime that there's a door in like oracle cards and things like that, it's a symbol of an initiation. So, you are a gift, visionary. Step up into your light, my love. And let's go ahead and see what other cards here we get for you. So, your month of July, you're remembering that you are a gift, that you do have things to offer, that you are unique and you're not behind. And in fact, you're so unique in your own ways that as you build these certain skills, you know, you're just going to become greater and greater. And there's a lot of people who already look up to you and already would look up to you for who you are even right now. And so, my love, just focus on being you. And then you can also focus on rising higher if you want to, because that's always great too. It's always inspiring and great to, you know, focus on that as well. But knowing that you're already perfect, okay? We also have judgment being reversed. Okay. When this card comes up reversed, there is an inner calling that you have that perhaps you've been putting off. There's an inner calling that you have that perhaps you've been putting off. Or you've been working on something or have plans or an idea for something or all these things, but you're questioning yourself. You're over analyzing it, being overly judgmental on yourself or on your work. And that's just another form of procrastination, right? It's like being over analytical on like, oh, is this perfect enough? It's not like perfect yet. And it's like, well, we already are perfect for who we are. And you already are a gift for who you are, realizing that you already have gifts to offer. You know, sometimes we chase like wanting to be perfect. Sometimes we chase like trying to be like somebody else that we look up to or things like this. Because we're like, oh, again, if only I was in their position, then I would be confident in myself. But the thing is you deserve to be confident for who you are right now, because you're your own unique person. You shouldn't want to be like anybody else. You're your own unique person, but sometimes it's really hard to see our own gifts. Sometimes it's hard to give ourselves credit because, again, maybe we were taught not to believe in ourselves and all these things. But every single successful person out there has flaws. They've had things that they've gone through that, you know, they could choose to be insecure about as well. They could choose to like live in that story of like, oh, but I've done this before, or this means I don't deserve that, or what, all these things. Nobody's at a point of mastery and nobody's at a point of being perfect, because those two things literally don't exist. And the second you think you're a master, you're not a master, because a master knows that they're still learning too, and there's more to learn. There's always more to learn. There's always more to become. But when judgment is reversed, it's saying that we're being too hard on ourselves, saying like, oh, I can't be it yet because I still have to work on this, or I still have to improve this, or I still have to improve that. You can be who you want to be right now. You can start your path right now. It's literally only you standing in your way. There's nobody that says there's a rule book of like, you need to be at this level before you begin. It's like, well, the only way to get to that level is to begin, right? It's that weird paradox of when you go try to apply for a job the first time, but then they're like, what are your previous jobs? You have to have a previous job. You're just like, but the only way to get a first job is to get a first job. Like I don't have a previous job because I never had a first job, right? And so anyway, the point of me saying that is like sometimes we think that we need to gain experience before we give ourselves permission to be who we want to be and begin that journey. But the weird paradox is like, we're never going to get the experience that we need unless we continue that journey first. So we need to just simply believe in ourselves already in order for us to go on the path that we're meant to go down. Anyway, that was a whole side tangent. The month of July is about you filling yourself with so much more confidence, filling yourself with more self-belief, eradicating and breaking down old limiting beliefs or old limiting identities that said like, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's like you're really stepping more into who you're meant to be and starting that journey. Then we also have Page of Pentacles being reversed. So again, yeah, it's like not about perfectionism. It's not about figuring it all out yet, because there sometimes is a tendency too of like, well, I haven't figured out the entire plan yet, therefore I can't start. It's like, well, a lot of the times nobody's figured out the entire plan yet. And even if you do, I mean, plans end up changing as you start moving down that path, because you realize, oh, you know, the path is slightly different than what I thought it was going to be. Therefore, the plans end up shifting a little bit. So might as well just start now, even when it's not fully figured out. A lot of spiritual guidance coming through in your group. Like I feel like Spirit just wants to give you a pep talk right now. But yeah, your month of July is really you invigorating yourself with so much more self-belief, setting plans into motion, even if they're not perfect yet, and letting go of perfectionism. Page of Pentacles reversed. This is your month of letting go of perfectionism. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group threes. Let's see. Okay, we also have the Chariot coming through, and I feel like these two cards want to come through as well. Justice being reversed and Six of Pentacles being reversed. Okay. In areas of your life where there is like an imbalance when it comes to like give and take, or time versus money, or output versus input. This is also a month where you're seeing like, have I been overexpending myself, or have I been maybe expecting results quicker than I'm able to like, you know, build something? Because the Six of Pentacles reversed is an imbalance with giving and receiving. It can also be an imbalance when it comes to making money and spending money. And so you might be looking at these things thinking, okay, I need to balance this out. I need to figure out ways to balance this input versus exput, or output, I should say. Justice being reversed. Yeah, there's imbalance. It's interesting because both of these cards deal with the scales, and both of them are reversed. So there's something where there's an imbalance, or there's a feeling of an imbalance. This is also going to be your month of figuring out ways to balance yourself, balance your money, balance your time, balance your energy, balancing your inner reasoning. And that's also the Chariot too. So Justice and the Chariot here, balancing your inner reasoning. Because the horses resemble duality as well, similar to the scales. But whichever horse we feed the most, that's the direction that the carriage is, or the chariot is going to move in, right? The chariot is like, you know, a wheeled chariot behind the two horses. Whichever one we feed the most is going to be the dominant one, the stronger one that pushes the carriage forward or leads it in a certain direction, right? And so the duality of the horses, they represent either giving into fears or giving into belief. Are you feeding belief, or are you feeding fears? Justice is creating boundaries around that, creating boundaries of which one am I going to feed? Kind of like shifting mindset. Again, I just feel like a lot of you who chose this group, you're doing a lot of mindset work, which is amazing. And I feel like it's going to really pay off. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you here. My group three is all about your month of July. I also feel like you're going to be doing work when it comes to like learning how to make money, learning where that comes from. We have the Athlete card coming in. This card loves to come up lately. Every time I use this deck, I swear this card like comes up at least once every time I use this deck. So the Athlete card, light attributes, is dedication to transcending physical limits, which is totally, that makes totally so much sense. I'm literally stuttering on my words. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps. So different aspects of yourself that you used to think that's going to hold me back, or that is going to be a reason why I'm not successful, or things like this. The athlete card talks about the dedication to transcending those limits. Mental limits, emotional limits, physical limits. The development of personal willpower and strength of spirit, that is what you are becoming. So you're becoming like the mental athlete here who's able to accomplish anything and begin to believe in themselves regardless of old things where maybe you used to feel like were aspects that held you back before. Shadow attribute is misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends or false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Your shadow attribute, I feel like, was you not believing in yourself, okay? That's what I feel like your shadow attribute was. Whereas the positive attribute that you're stepping into is dedication to transcending the limitations that you used to feel that were on you. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My beautiful group 3s. So we also have the Seeker coming out. And we also have love. Falling back in love with yourself, letting your heart ring into its passion, giving yourself permission to pursue what sets your heart on fire, giving yourself permission and filling yourself with that self-belief of, I got this and I'm going to make it happen and I'm going to do it. And then the Seeker is seeking out wisdom, knowledge that's going to fill you up with confidence. Teeth resemble self-worth, by the way. So if you ever have dreams about like teeth falling out or teeth shattering, teeth chipping, all types of things like that, teeth resemble self-worth. And so the Seeker, I feel like you are almost welcoming in wisdom and knowledge that is going to give you a higher sense of self-worth, a higher sense of self-belief. So again, all that mindset work is really paying off. I feel like you've been doing a lot of it, and it's, again, really paying off. So let's go ahead and dive into any last cards here for you, my group 3s. For your month of July, I'm also seeing this is going to be a month of maybe moving away from old responsibilities, maybe kind of saying no and setting boundaries to old things, old habits, old routines, and beginning to say yes to new routines, new things. So maybe you used to have a routine of just like, you know, coming home and like doing the same thing with the rest of your day. And maybe now you're just like, wait a second, I want to implement something else. Something else is inspiring me. I'm no longer kind of wanting that same routine. I'm no longer wanting to do those same things because maybe you feel like they're holding you back in some way. And so it's like really being more dedicated and focused on the vision that you have ahead. So let's see what else we get here for you. I allow myself to rest and renew my vitality. That is so important. Resting and renewing vitality. So this month might also be a month where you're like, I do deserve time off here and there. We also have bend, but do not break. Being flexible is great. Mentally being flexible, physically being flexible, emotionally being flexible, but not allowing things to break you, not allowing things to break you down, not allowing things to break your vision, your goals, your desires, your plans. Okay, then we also have unconditional love. Would you love them if they didn't love you anymore? So that is something where I feel like is so powerful to turn inwards. Unconditional love. How can we unconditionally begin to love ourselves? So even in the moments where we're just like maybe, you know, not happy with ourselves, because all of us go through times where we're just like, oh, why did I do this? Or, oh, I'm behind on this and all these things. And whilst I feel like you're working on your self-confidence this month and really boosting that, how can we boost in unconditional love? Unconditional love. So even though there's things that you're like, oh, I didn't like that I did that, or I didn't like this, or I wish I could make this different. Regardless of all of that, how can you love yourself anyway? How can you love yourself anyway, right? We also have what has brought you joy today. When you look for things that bring you joy every day, you will always find what you look for. So what has brought you joy today? Then, oh, I love this card to end you off. I am unstoppable and resilient. I am unstoppable and resilient. Spirit is saying like success is yours, but it's really like your willingness to see it in yourself. And I feel like this is your month of seeing it in yourself. And then your success is going to become inevitable. So I am unstoppable and resilient. Your month of July is a whole transformation to becoming unrecognizable, to becoming a much more like a version of you who you are so inspired by, and sticking to that, creating that, letting go of judgment, letting go of fear, letting go of self-criticism and all these things that used to hold you back, stepping up more into your power, becoming unstoppable and resilient towards your dreams, goals, and desires. And the more that you love yourself, the more that you feel that inner worthiness, the more that you are going to create the reality that you desire. So my love, my group number 3s, that's what we have here for you for the month of July. It looks like you're doing a lot of internal self-work, but it's going to pay off so deeply. Okay, definitely balancing out more of your physical world as well. And that is what we have here. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of July. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 4s, beginning with your Aster dice here. Let's go ahead and see what we have happening for you. So we have Uranus in Virgo in the 6th house, and the 6th house is actually connected to Virgo, by the way, which is so interesting. But the 6th house is about your health. It is about your physical well-being. It's also your schedules, your routines. It's a little bit about work and being of service and kind of getting things done, being productive. Virgo energy is also about being productive. Another case, something that I'm sort of seeing in here, especially with Uranus being in this whole mix. Uranus is when things end up becoming like so different or even unpredictable. So I honestly feel like there is a mix between structure and lack of structure in the month of July. But I mean this in the best possible way, actually, because when I look at this, I get a really good feeling that there's going to be like surprises that kind of come and like maybe mix up certain plans. Like maybe you have certain plans and you have a certain structure for the month of July already, but Uranus is just going to kind of come in and bring the energy of unexpected shifts and changes. Perhaps you're even going to be inspired to shift and change your routine, your schedule, maybe even change things to like focus on your health and your well-being, because Virgo being in the 6th house is like, I want to look my best, I want to feel my best, I want to implement fitness and do things that are good for my body, my health, my well-being, I want to eat good. And Uranus could even bring in new opportunities, new events that inspire us, that are like, ooh, I've never tried this sort of fitness thing before. And it's like, ooh, I really like that. That really like worked for me. That was like really fun. It's like, maybe we go try a Pilates class for the first time and we fall in love with it or something. And, or maybe we come across like a new way of eating that we're just like, oh my gosh, this is like so tasty. This is so great. I'm so inspired to cook every night. And this is so fun. It's things that are good for your health and your well-being. And Uranus brings up new, unexpected ideas, inspirations, ways of innovating our schedule, our routine, our work, our health, our well-being, that are going to uplift us or bring us to new heights or help us realize new things that bring us better in balance. So Uranus being here is like a really good thing, and it's bringing up like really fun, new, innovative ways of doing all the things that you want to do. There could also be like new innovation with your job or your work this month, because the 6th house also being here, I'm feeling like there could be something where either you're able to work more from home within the month of July, or perhaps you are having more freedom in your schedule in some way, shape, or form, or there might even be some unexpected days off type of thing, or even unexpected new work opportunities that present themselves to you, because the 6th house can also be connected to our work and our career. So there might even be new unexpected things where we're just like, oh, maybe we get to go take a class and like upgrade, or maybe we get an unexpected promotion, or you know, things like that coming up. There's going to be unexpected shifts and changes when it comes to your schedule, your work life, and also your health and well-being that help create innovation. Okay, so it's helping to create innovation. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. These cards are wanting to like fly out. So we have the 4 of Cups coming up. The 4 of Cups is a card where perhaps we were looking at things that weren't really working out for us, or maybe we were caught up thinking like, oh, I can't add anything new to my plate, or maybe we're even just getting a little bit bored with our schedule or routine, because the Four of Cups is just this feeling of like, like that sort of feeling around things. It's like maybe we got bored with our routine, or maybe we're getting bored throughout the week and we're wanting like some fun, innovative shifts and changes that help us revolutionize our life. Okay, so there's something that you're either contemplating. This could even be like contemplating what you have that's like filling up your plate right now. And it's sort of reevaluating like, do I really want all these things on my plate? Do I need all of these things? I feel like you're going to reevaluate your schedule and your routine. You might also be reevaluating something with work here in order to create more freedom. And then 9 of Wands here as well. This is when we're able to create better boundaries in our life. We're also able to stick to something, to stick something out. For example, like a fitness routine. We're able to like stick something out in order to get the results that we want. However, I do also feel like you're sticking it out in a way of like, you're innovating ways to make your life more fun, to make things more exciting. And there's always ways to do that, right? Sometimes we get bored with certain things. We're just like, oh, I'm always going to the gym at exactly this hour and doing the same type of workout. But sometimes doing something as simple as, you know, YouTubing a new workout routine, or new ways to like, you know, build the butt that you want or whatever, you know, all of a sudden we get like re-inspired and we're just like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to the gym. Or sometimes we like, you know, I don't know, get a new outfit that we're just like, oh my God, I'm so excited to wear it and go to the gym and do that. But there's also ways of reinvigorating your life without even spending money. So I feel like you're just going to be like really revolutionizing your life, making it more fun, making it more exciting, making it a little bit more renewed. And then we also have Temperance coming through. This is the card of creating balance, creating moderation with things. So not like overgiving, not overspending. I also feel like, why am I hearing moderation when it comes to money and spending? For some reason, I'm hearing that. Moderation when it comes to money and spending. Creating more equality and being able to like interweave certain things together. I also feel like when I'm looking at this card, it is a card about moderation, but for some reason I'm seeing you being able to multitask. Not in a way of overwhelming yourself, but multitasking, like maybe there's like certain books that you really want to finish reading, but you're just like, where do I have time for that? And maybe you're going to start like listening to them while doing your morning jog, and multitasking in that way, where it's just like you're combining two things and you're like making it more fun, making it more exciting, and you're able to get two things done at once, and all of a sudden being like really proud of yourself. We also have the Three of Cups being reversed and the Tower being reversed. So this is quite interesting. The Three of Cups being reversed. If some of you have been drained in your feeling of happiness, like again, I'm just getting this interesting feeling like some of you guys have been bored lately, or some of you guys have just been kind of getting over your current routine, currently getting over your current schedule, and you're just really wanting to reinvigorate it. This is going to be your month of reinvigoration. Let me tell you, this is going to be your month of reinvigorating the spark, reinvigorating happiness, reinvigorating fun, and it's going to come through doing things that you've never really done before, or being more innovative. Okay, that's your key word for the month, innovation, being more innovative. Even something that I like to do is sometimes I like to even see other people's day in the lives or daily routines, morning routines, things like that, because it can re-inspire me. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bored with my regular like morning routine. And then I like go see somebody else and what they do. And it's all of a sudden like, oh my God, I love that. I want to bring more of that energy to my life, right? Or you go out and just do something new just for the fun of it. And then it just like reinvigorates new sparks, new ideas, and trying new things. So I definitely am seeing like trying new things. Yeah, and I'm also seeing saying no to plans that are not a full body yes. Saying no to things that are not a full body yes. The Three of Cups being reversed is giving me the message of having the willpower to say no to things that are not a full body yes. So for example, when it comes to spending money, are we going to spend money on it? Well, we just ask ourselves, is it a full body yes? Does my whole body say, yes, this is the right choice? If not, then sorry, not the right one. We're not spending our money on that. It's not a full body yes. Or when it comes to plans, like maybe we got invited out with our friends for brunch on Saturday, but maybe we're just like, oh, we always do that, and it's not a full body yes for me this week. And maybe I'm just really dying to like, you know, work on this project that I wanted to work on. And maybe it's like, oh, well, then okay, there's our answer. Saying no, having no guilt for saying no to the things that are not a full body yes to you. Having the courage to do that. I feel like it's going to rewrite how you move through life. It's going to rewrite your inner world, your inner feelings, like how you move about and the decisions that you make and what that ends up leading to, right? Because I also feel like by the end of this month, you're going to be really proud of your productivity, your schedule, and your structure in life. You're going to be really proud of that. And I feel like you're also going to be really proud of your health and your well-being. Some of you, I'm also randomly hearing up giving up drinking. So if any of you have been kind of thinking about that recently, like not wanting to like consume alcohol or anything like that, I feel like maybe some of you are just more focused on health and well-being and you're just like, no, that doesn't ever make me feel good. I want to focus on the things that do make me feel good. And maybe you're going to be more conscious of what you're consuming. Okay, that could even be with diet and things like that. Then we also have the Tower being reversed. So this is restructurizing your life. The Tower being reversed is one of my favorite positions for this card to be in because it talks about being able to build and rebuild your life. So things that are no longer working for you, it's sort of like the tear down of the things that are no longer working. Or maybe you've even gone through something recently that was a Tower moment. So this is like the breaking down of an old structure, even the loss of something, or yeah, it's like falling off of the high tower, I guess. But the Tower being reversed is when we rebuild from a much stronger structure. And I feel like you're doing that in the month of July. It's like you're rebuilding from such a more powerful place. And what you're going to be rebuilding is going to be something that leads you to something more secure, more stable, something that you feel safe in, okay? So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you here. Oh, that card wanted to come out. The Teacher, learn, upskill, educate, prepare. So there also could be something that you're really inspired to like learn. There could be a class that you're really inspired to take. There could be a skill that you really want to develop. There could even be a calling for you to step up into the teacher position in some way, shape, or form. Then we also have the Alchemist. So being able to take and transcend old emotions and old things that once held you back and being able to transcend them into new feelings, new emotions, okay? And then we also have the Love Maker, love, give, receive, and be. You're going to reinvigorate your love for life. You're going to reinvigorate your spark for yourself, for fun, for joy, and for life within the month of July. There could be something that you're just really excited to pour your heart and your energy into. There also could be like a really fun person that you end up meeting that kind of just evokes fun and laughter. Like I'm seeing this fun and laughter coming out, and I'm also seeing you being able to laugh at your past for some reason. Being able to be like, you know what, why was I so like caught up in that? Or why was I so like this? Or, you know, being able to laugh almost at your own choices or at your own self and being able to like let yourself free in that way. We also have the card of Judge coming up for you. I wanted to pull an archetype card for you, and the Judge card just came up right away. So this one, the archetype of the Judge, it says balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. And then the shadow attribute is offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. So a message that I'm getting for you is like, one thing that you're going to be realizing is you're going to be much more aware of the mindset of how you're thinking. So for example, sometimes our mind can be our worst judge, where we're constantly criticizing ourselves and we're tearing ourselves down, and we don't even realize that we're doing that. And sometimes we think that we're doing it from a good place, because all things that we do come from a place of good intention, but sometimes it's not actually serving us. So sometimes we can overly criticize ourselves, thinking like, oh, this is going to help me, you know, not make a mistake. This is going to help me you know, not make a fool of myself or not regret anything. But when we go about it from the place of like overly criticizing ourselves, we actually end up stealing our power away, and we end up making ourselves more insecure which is actually going to be more of a detriment than just accidentally making a mistake, right? But sometimes we can get overly critical because we almost fear like mistakes that we've made in the past, that we become like overly judgmental of ourselves and overly critical, and we don't even realize that the voice in our head has become so harsh that like, who would want to be friends with the voice that's in your head, right? Imagine if that voice was like somebody external from you. You'd probably be like, you know what, don't even talk to me. Like, I don't like being around you. You know what I mean? And so sometimes we don't realize that maybe we need to set boundaries with the voice that's in our head, and we need to say, okay, I can hear you talking smack about me. I'm not listening to it anymore. That's not how I'm going to talk to myself anymore. I'm going to replace it with the thought of, it's okay for me to be me. It's okay for me to make a mistake. It's okay for me to be free. It's totally okay for me to be free, right? So letting the judge cool down a little bit. Giving the judge a little bit of a break and just saying, you know what, take a back seat for a second. And every time she or he comes back up, it's just like, no. We're not going down that road. We're not listening to that. We're going to be more full of love and compassion and loving thoughts. I'm going to start pouring more laughter into my mind. I'm going to start pouring more ease into my mind. And then we also have, compassion coming through. So yes, there's your confirmation. This month is going to be a month of learning so much more compassion for yourself. And then we also have the creator, so stepping more into the creator's seat of your life, calling your power back, because again, we feel so much more creative when we're speaking love to ourselves. We feel so much more creative when we're speaking love to ourselves. So I feel like this is a month where you are speaking so much more love to yourself, which is going to be so uplifting, and it's going to inspire you. I really feel like it's going to inspire you to be more creative. I always feel my most creative when I'm not in a space of judging myself. When I'm in a space of judging myself, I'm in a space of like perfectionism. I'm in a space of like, I almost stagnate myself because I feel like I can't even move forward because I'm constantly criticizing myself. And I just think like, oh, but what if I don't like that? Or what if that's the wrong choice? Or like, oh, maybe that's not the right color. That's not the right name. Or I'm making my podcast and I'm overthinking it and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, we end up paralyzing ourselves from the judgment, right? Even me, like I remember when I used to start like filming videos for my channel, and this was years and years and years ago. And you know, sometimes I still run into this. Sometimes I still have like judgmental days where I'm just like overly criticizing myself, and I'm just like, oh, did I even say that right? Or did I use the right word? Or like blah, 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 blah. Or like, oh my God, we just end up stagnating ourselves. You know, it's like, there's no way to ever be perfect. And so when we just live with more ease and we tell our mind like, it's okay. It's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay if I use the wrong word. It's okay if I stutter over my words. It's okay if I do this. It's okay if I do that. It's okay. Let me just be me. Let me be free. And let me just laugh at myself. Let me laugh at the judge in my head, right? Love maker. Let me laugh about the judge that's in my head. And next time that she's just like, oh my God, how dare you think that you're good enough to do this? And you're just like, you know, that's a silly thought. Like, you know, who is the judge in my head that thinks that they have the authority to tell me what I can and cannot do? You know, you start just laughing at that voice that's, again, overly judgmental and overly perfectionist. And that can sometimes just bring the lighthearted energy that allows you to release and let go and move forward. So anyway, here's your affirmation of the month of July, my loves. It says, everything always works out for me. Yes, my love, affirm it, because the things that you believe create your reality. And so I actually love this affirmation. Everything always works out for me. Even when I'm going through a hard time or like going through something, when I just come back to the notion, the belief of like, everything always works out for me. Then I just come back to the goodness. Like, everything always works out for me. Even when something bad happens, everything always works out for me. Okay? Maybe this is serving me in some way. And then we end up seeing the light. We're ending up being able to like shed and release some of the weight that we have in all of this. So, let's get all these cards. These cards are wanting to fly out. We also have the card of embrace the uncertainty. Not everything is super certain. And like when we embrace the uncertainty, when we invite the uncertainty, when we can just love where we are, we love where we're going. We're just like, yes, I'm the creator of my reality. Things just feel so much more empowering. Okay? And then we also have, did you say it? Did you tell them you love them? So this could be a calling for some of you. Maybe some of you are at that stage with somebody in your life where you're just like, I really want to express my gratitude for you. This could also be, maybe sometimes we forget to tell our family members how much we love and appreciate them. And maybe it feels so good to be able to do that, right? So there could be somebody in your life where maybe they just really, maybe you are going to feel called to really express your gratitude for that person and just really start to get detailed of like, I love that you're always there for me for this, and I love that you always do this, and I just love this part about you, and I just appreciate you, just want you to know that. I feel like that's going to be so beautiful, and like it creates such a nice harmonious energy and so uplifting. But also I feel like this can be something taken within and internally. So did you say it? Did you tell yourself that you love yourself? Okay? The love maker, it's falling back in love with you, falling back in love with life, spreading more love, spreading more joy. I feel like there's going to be an invitation for you to step up more into the love maker of life, to express more gratitude, express more compassion towards yourself and towards others, and also to be able to invite that in as well. The more we give it out, the more we're also able to feel it within, and the more we give it to ourselves, the more we're able to receive it externally. So that is your month of July, all about what is going to be the themes that are happening for you. It definitely seems like you are shifting things around, making things more fun. There's going to be fun, new, innovative things that are going to be coming in, new surprises, new ideas that are going to reinvigorate you, re-inspire you, bring about really positive new shifts that make life just so much more exciting. So that is what we have here for you, my beautiful group number 4s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye.